Hi, I'm Joseph Zadora with JC Carpentry, and we're working on Olive Street in Northwest DC.
Hello, I'm Charles Lamonda. I'm working on this house.
Hi, I'm Max. Trying to work in here. The first time I'm seeing this big house.
Okay, we're now into the first day of construction. We have taken down some of the ceilings just to see what we have behind. Joe's freaking out.
Yes, well, apparently we have a quad 2x10 that's spanning well over 20 feet, and it's only bearing on this small 1.5-inch angle iron, which it's not even touching the back of it, only bearing about 1 inch. It's also semi-bolted into a triple 2x4 header here with only a couple 3/8 lag screws screwed into it. And this entire second floor system is sitting on this one quad beam. Then you have this entire floor system here sitting only on this double top plate, which has over time sagged about 3 inches. Very lucky this house is not caved in.
Okay, now shoring up the roof. Joe doesn't want this thing to land on his head.
Ran the plumbing pipes for the tub. They took out almost 3.5 inches out of the top of this quad 2x10.
Oh my God.
So not only are we overspanding, carrying a second floor, carrying a roof load, but now technically we're only bearing by a little over a 2x6. Unbelievable. Got a bit of gold in the ceiling. Too bad there's nothing in it. Being on this job, I would like to use a couple shots of that bad boy right there.
Good morning. Joe's found many more problems today.
God! Okay.
Yeah, try and calm him down here.
So I'm freaking. Alright, so this house caught on fire majorly. This is the existing roof line that comes down, which then carries this roof line that comes over and lands on top of this half-burnt roof over here. The gable end on this side is completely burnt. All the studs that are holding it up are all completely burnt. Okay?
How do these guys get away with building this?
I have no idea. They must have had different rules back in the 60s and 70s, I suppose. This entire exterior wall running all the way across is stacked on top of the steel, which is carrying the whole roof and the entire second floor system. Man, I am completely baffled with this. It just keep opening up new things and finding more interesting things. So apparently they got a 2x4 here and a 2x4 here on the flat. And that's the whole thing, which is then sitting just on top of the tongue and groove flooring that's on here. That's what's supporting this whole, basically this whole middle of the house. That is why we have the entire house sagging in this one area, because there's no structural post holding any of this. So now we finally figured everything out. So the entire floor system was sagged a long time ago. Old carpenters came in here in the 60s, 70s, and just restructured what they could without jacking the floor up or anything. That's why we have almost a 3 to 4 inch sag and belly centered to the middle of this house. Now I figured that the first floor is nice and straight. We're good there. But because this beam right here, which is designed to help carry this second floor, has no post or anything supporting it to any header whatsoever. So that's why you get the big sag here in the middle on this floor system. The only reason why it hasn't fallen is because this wall here that runs across the old existing first floor room here has now turned into a bearing wall, which now is putting a lot of pressure in a situation into this floor system and why we're getting a belly now. So that is where now we got all the situations solved on exactly why this whole house is sagging in the middle. So we open up the exterior walls in the front and the back, and we come to find out that there's no exterior sheathing on this house. The actual siding is the exterior sheathing, which then would explain why this house shifted so much. So the right way to do it would be tear off all the siding and restructure it with new exterior sheathing and then put new siding over top of it. My recommendations are this roof has to come off. There's really no way to re-engineer it or sure it back up. There's really just no way.
The whole roof?
The whole roof. Because it ties in back to there and all this is burnt. So that whole roof over there has backside of it that's burnt out. So structurally is not sound at all. It's been consistently caving in over years. They had this wall here that's actually a bearing wall that had a closet right here with no header in it. And it's got almost 2 to 3 inch belly in this thing right now. So I had to throw in these couple studs right here to keep it propped up. But then when we get to this floor system here, there's no structural beams or anything that run through here. There's like some 2 2x6 top plates and a single floor joist that's carrying all this load stacked down. Unbelievable. Stockpile.
We're looking into the ceiling here, where they just thrown trash, old burnt wood. Nothing was fixed. Just built over. As you can see, the siding on the outside, there is no insulation, there's nothing. Straight to the clapboard boards.
No exterior wall sheathing. These boards you see right here are the siding. The siding is the actual wall sheathing.
Except where there isn't a board.
Except they fell out. And where they weren't even nailed. None of this was nailed. Not a single one of these were nailed. Oh my God, what did you get me into, Rory? Oh my God.
You sure the house is going to hold?
Hey Rory, I'm trying to figure out why this house is so messed up. Seems they did a lot of drinking around here.
Another bottle?
This is the 4th one I've found so far. Yeah.